Howdy all, this is Mike from It's Fine Gaming, and today I'd like to help out anybody that's having issues with their Life is Feudal server crashing after you've rebooted your computer. And it looks something like this. Let me get this out of the way here. And it just starts and immediately stops, and you may be able to find this error right here. Database error number 145, table MySQL proc, blah, 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 blah. That starts this whole nasty river of redness down here. If this is happening, then this video should be able to help you. And from my research, it also occurs in the single player as well. It's pretty much the same problem, but it's in different locations rather where you need to fix it. And I spent 2.5 hours going through forums and things like that, and I couldn't find any videos. I'm a very visual guy, and I just don't have I guess the computer knowledge to really navigate through the command prompt. So I actually had to go and look up tutorials on how to do that. And I'd like to pass all that on, hopefully in this video, to other regular guys like myself, and save some headache. So let's go ahead and get into this. And I do apologize if this is more directed towards multiplayer, but that's what I have to deal with, and I haven't actually tested it on or had the issue in single player. So this is where my server's located. I'm using the Steam CMD to run it. I tried a tutorial to use the download in the Steam tools for the dedicated server. That way didn't work for me, but the good news is it's not actually located in either of those places. The problem actually is in the database MariaDB, which I have in my program files. But to get started, I would highly suggest making a text document somewhere. This was one that I started here, but I actually think a better location for me is right next to my start button for my server. And I actually just copy pasted the title and then added repair, so I knew they'd be right next to each other. Because this fix that I'm about to go through only fixes it until you reboot the computer again, and it's going to be a reoccurring problem until I guess the devs get to it or solve it, or somebody else way smarter than me can give a proper fix to it. So just kind of view it this as regular maintenance on the server, and basically I have 6 steps right here. One doesn't really count, it's just close everything and run the server. But pretty much all you'll really need is steps 3 and 5 once you understand what's going on and you've done it a few times. So yeah, I mean, you can get this done in 30 seconds or less, and then start your server every day or whenever you need it, and it'll be perfectly fine. I should provide this in the description, so I'd copy paste into this text document wherever you locate it. It's going to help you save time in the future if you continue to use this Life is Feudal dedicated server, or if you have the same issue in single player. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let me close this out. We're going to do it. Step 1, we're going to identify the problem table. Step 2 is locate and copy paste repair app to the correct folder. And I'm calling what we're going to use a repair app. I honestly, the best terms that I know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a computer engineer. I'm just a regular guy. So if I am incorrect in any way, please go ahead and comment. But just take it as it is, and I'm trying to do the best I can. Step 3, we're going to open and set the command prompt to the correct directory. Then we're going to run the check, we're going to run a repair, and then close everything, and you'll have a server that works. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Step 1, identify problem table. Now this is going to be in different locations for everybody, and specifically for single player is going to be in a totally different location. But for me, the problem child is not even close to that. Is with the database, MariaDB, which for me is in my C drive, program files, MariaDB, data, MySQL, and down here the proc MYI. This is the thing we need to fix right here. Now, if you're doing your MariaDB could be anywhere. It could be on the desktop. It could actually be right here in the folder with everything else for the server. Oh, excuse me. you're just going to have to find it wherever you downloaded MariaDB. Now for single player, that is going to be actually in the game file itself. So we're going to go to Steam, Steam app, common, and here you can see where I was trying to make the first server from the download on the tools from Steam, and that didn't work out. But here's the game, and this is where single player problem child is going to be. So we're in Life is Feudal Your Own, daemon here, MariaDB, data, MySQL, and you can find your problem child right here. All right, so you're going to have a different address right here than what I need. So I'm going to copy paste the location right here, and then I'm going to copy paste the name of the file as a note to myself. So in the future I can always backtrack and teach myself how to do this again. Like I said, this is just going to be something I suggest doing the first time, but every time after you'll probably only need step 3 and step 5. But like I said, this is just me trying to explain it the best way I can. So this is the problem child, and for again, it's going to be different for single player, which was right at this location through Steam, Steam apps, common, and then the game, blah, 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 and so on. So that's step 1. On to step 2. Locate and copy paste repair app to correct folder. Now I'm just calling it a repair app because like I said, I'm not a computer engineer, so I'm just trying to do the best I can, and that's what I decided to call it. So let's go ahead and find this location. So I'm going to go back to multiplayer here first. So I'm in the, I'm going to go back to MariaDB. Oh, nope, too far. MariaDB. I'm going to go to the bin file, and I'm going to look for my.is.am check right here. So I'm going to make a note of the location for myself. And I'm going to do a oh no, let's do, come on, there we go. I'm gonna make a note of the name right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a copy, go back to MariaDB, data, MySQL, and you can paste it anywhere, but I've already done this, and we can find it right here, and here's the problem child again, so I know I'm in the right folder. Now for single player, it's a little bit different. Let's go back to MariaDB because we're still in the game and the Steam app and all that good stuff. Let's go to bin, and you won't find it here. So to solve that, we're going to minimize this. We're going to bring up Google or something, and we're going to type in my.is.am, what did I say, check.exe. And that should bring you, for me it was the first choice was right here, and I went ahead and downloaded this. And after you download it, you're going to go ahead and put it in this folder right here. So this address will be the same as here if you're keeping notes like myself. But anyways, so yes, the multiplayer, it comes with MariaDB, and I relocated it, or copy and pasted it to this folder. Single player, you're going to have to do a Google search and download it. That's step 2. Let's go on to step 3. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our command prompt. Right here. All right. So if you're like me, you can find the command prompt to be very intimidating. It's such a basic program that I feel like you have to understand how to code in order to get anything done. And in some respects it's true, but you can overcome that. I had to do some research on how to navigate through it because I'd never done anything with the command prompt quite this in depth. And even this is barely scratching the surface. Like if we just type in help, this will show all the commands available to you, and I only know, I think, 4. One being CLS, which can clear the window, so you don't have a bunch of mishmash getting you all confused. You can just clear it. But I digress. We're in the command prompt, and we're going to try to open and set the command prompt to the correct directory. So we're open. This is the wrong directory, And at this point, I'd like to say directories and files are interchangeable. I'm sorry, directories and folders are interchangeable. So this is my C drive, my user folder, admin, and you can say this is the user directory, and it'd be a more proper, I guess, when you're talking with the command prompt, that is. So we're in the wrong directory. So how do we change this? We're going to use CD, and we're going to clear it. We're just going to put a slash. CD stands for change directory. Okay, so now we're in just the C drive. And we want to take a look at what directories are available. So we're going to type in dir, and this is going to show me the directories and files directly available in the C drive. And I know where I want to go, which is right here, which is program files. So we can do CD, and you don't have to capitalize. I, for the longest time, used to think you did. And you can just type it in there. So now we're looking in program files. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and keep doing this manually. You can find MariaDB, but we already know ultimately where we want to go. So let's go ahead and do a copy paste. Let's save ourselves some time. So I'm going to do Control C. We're going to come down here. We're going to do a CD, and I'm going to do Control V. And this happens. And I, for the longest time, didn't think there was a way of doing a copy paste. I also thought this mouse was utterly useless because I can't change where the cursor is. I thought this was such a basic program it didn't recognize the mouse. But I was wrong. Through my troubleshooting, I come across this little tidbit that you can just right click and paste, and it blew my mind. Okay, so now we're in the right directory. And to save ourselves some time, because the next time you need to do this, say, ooh, I don't know, right now, I don't want to have to go through this manually. So let's just go ahead and do a copy paste of the full address. Come on, there we go. Control copy. I'm going to put it right here. So all I have to do is do a CD and paste, and we're right where we need to be. And I did a copy paste, and I did that intentionally so I didn't have the C drive, because that's already in the address. Alright, so now we're in the right place. Now what do we need to do? We need to run this app, so let's give it a command to run that. So again, I guess we can just save time. Copy. Oh, yep, that's what I wanted to do, paste. Alright, so these are all the tasks that we can do in this app. And the only ones that we're worried about is this tac-C, which is a check table for errors, and tac-R, recovery. Can fix almost anything except unique keys that aren't unique. That sounds weird to me. Anyways, that's the only two things we need. So let's go ahead and run the check. So we're going to do a paste again, paste, and I'm going to go ahead and start filling in the command, and we're going to do it on this file, so copy. Whoops, I hit something I didn't aim to do. Oh, I said Control C. That was dumb. Oh God, I'm all messed up now. Let's start over. Let's just start over. There we go. So this is the app. This is the file we want to work, and this is the task. And this is what we're going to do the check. So I'm going to do a copy and a paste right there. Okay. It's going to give you a lot of information. I don't know what really any of this means except for deleted blocks 1 right here. We need to do something about this. So we're going to run a repair or the recovery. And that is going to be pretty much the same command, but instead of tac-C, we're going to have tac-R. Let's do a copy. I'm going to paste that right there. And fixing index 1 right here. At this point, you've solved the problem. You can close everything and run the server. However, just for kicks and giggles, let's go ahead and run the check again. Don't need an R, we need a C. And we'll see deleted blocks 0 instead of the 1. So we know we did something. So that's a good visual check to make sure that you did something. Again, you don't need to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to step 6. We're going to close, and we're going to start the server. And hopefully, I don't make an idiot of myself. And as you can see, I don't have that immediate error and it's running properly. And just to recap, I guess, because we've solved the problem, we first identified the problem table, which was here. This is the file and this is the address. Then we located, copy pasted a repair app, which was found here originally for multiplayer, and this was the name of it. Now again, for single player, you're going to have to Google this and download it, and I would just go ahead and just put it right into this folder. From there, we went to step 3, we went to the command prompt, and we found this directory. Then we ran a check, and then we did the repair, and then we were good to go. Now in the future, you can skip this, and you skip this because it's already done. All you have to do is open the command prompt, go to this directory, you can skip the check because you know what's wrong, and you can just run the repair and you're good to go. So all you'll need to do in the future is steps 3 and 5. As you can see, Steam initialized, so we're good to go. It's going to show up on the list and I can get on there and my friends. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. But I just want to show, for instance, let me go ahead and do control save. Let's say I want to start my server. It's another day and I'm thinking, let's go ahead. Oh yeah, it's a new day. I need to run this real quick. So what am I going to do? Don't need that, don't need that. Command prompt. Let me go ahead and open up my command prompt. Where are we at? Command prompt. Alright, I'm going to remember my codes, or my commands rather. I'm going to clear. And I want to do a CD, but where do I want to go? I want to go to this address right here. Control C. We're going to paste that in. Alright, we're good to go. I don't need to do a check because I already know it. Let's just do the repair. Copy. Paste. Fixed. Alright, we're good to go. Close that out. Start the server and you're ready to game. Well, actually once it initializes. But it's just that easy. You can do it in less than 30 seconds. I truly hope this helped some of you guys out because this knowledge is out there, but I just struggled with it because I didn't have a visual representation. So I truly hope this helps somebody out. Thanks for suffering through. I don't know how long it's been, but I've been rambling, so I'm going to cut it short. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again.